Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News for May 13th, 2015. Willet Elementary School staff, parents, and volunteers are sowing the seeds for a brand new student and vegetable flower garden. First grade teacher and organizer Kim Gattoni spoke with us about the project.
The project started a few years ago with Margie Kelly coming up with an amazing idea to bring a garden to the Willet Elementary students. So when I heard that, I jumped on board. The excitement level was fantastic initially at the beginning. We were all engaged and very excited to build a garden and get dirty and get in there and get our hands in that garden and grow wonderful things and learn all of the wonderful math and science lessons that could possibly potentially be learned. But just recently, we did let the garden lie fallow for about a year, and we decided we really wanted to create more of a permanent structure, one that we could have here for many years to come, for many generations to come, moving forward. So we decided we were going to put another plan into place and develop a more permanent structure by developing a much larger garden to sustain larger crop areas, as well as a sitting area, which would be more of an outside classroom for students, so that while you're engaged with children at their particular container and working on the plants that you decide to plant with them, you have others that are able to use resource books, materials, maybe draw illustrations, develop poems based on that garden, draw in that literature perspective, and create some fantastic art in addition to that.
We are very excited. It's 40 feet by 50 feet, and we have 6 raised vegetable garden beds. We'll also have an area for the students to gather under an ornamental shade tree, and we'll have crops like sunflowers, pumpkins, corn, and then lots of other veggies. This year we're in the process of raising money for the garden so that we can maintain it and have proper tools and equipment, and also to support the teachers with classroom materials for the garden. And so that process is underway now, and we hope to have an initial build very soon, within the next few weeks. We're always looking for support from the community, and we're hoping Willet alumni who've grown up in the community might want to come and support us. We have lots of different ways to do that, and we're very grateful for all the support we've gotten, especially from parents and the staff here and the school department.
There's a renewed effort to help students with mental illness in the community. Hyman Elementary School counselor Michelle Brunault shared with us some of the latest challenges students face and strategies for overcoming them.
My role is to not only help kids adjust to being in school, but also help them through their day. If there is something that's causing them some anxiety, if they've had a tough day at home, the loss of a pet, there could be a variety of reasons that they would need to come and see me and talk with me. And unfortunately, there is a double stigma that many people that have mental illness go through. It's not only the stigma of having the mental illness and going through depression or anxiety or whatever type of situation they're going through, but then the stigma of what it's like to be out there in public and their thoughts of what it's like to go through that. And there are a lot of misconceptions, and I think it's important that it's now coming out and people are more aware of what's going on, as it is affecting more and more people. And I think it's also important to bring out that there's treatments and there's more community resources available than there ever has been to help treat mental illness. The number one thing that I have seen that's been concerning is the social media piece that's becoming younger and younger. And it takes a situation that used to be something that was small and easy to deal with into a whole other realm. Even as young as first and second graders have Facebook pages. They can get onto the internet via Xbox, via Nintendo, their phones, and there's so many apps now that allow you without even services to get networking, to talk with strangers, and they're starting it at a very, very young age. That is, I think, really increasing the amount of care that's needed for children, and it's putting them in more adult situations and more bullying situations than I think we've seen in the past. And that's a big concern. And I think parents need to be more aware that it is a very young age. You think teenagers, high school, we're talking elementary school. And I think that the education really needs to start there, because anybody with mental illness, depression, anxiety, you have these apps where people can anonymously post something and it just goes viral, and it's gonna take that anxiety and depression and just make it a lot worse in a short amount of time.
That's it for today's update. For DoubleACS News, I'm Austin Ricketts.